G'day everyone, Happy New Year. I think you can still say that even though it's the end of January, but it's still January, so Happy New Year. And I'm coming to you today from a different spot. I'm out in Mossburn at the fire station. You can see they've been quite successful in the competitions behind me with a number of trophies that they've got here, but it's, I'm out here today to recognise the outstanding community service of Jim Guyton, who's been a member of this brigade for well over 50 years. So good place to be, somewhere different than the office today, even though it's a very wet Southland day. The farmers will be celebrating, but yeah, you can go from 26 degrees one day to 8 degrees the next. So you can see I'm probably a little bit wet as well, but it's, I know the farmers will be happy with the rain. And just, a bit of a fun fact as well, we've got, there's 28 of these volunteer fire stations around Southland, so there's hundreds of volunteers amongst all of those. So just, I think timely things were in one to acknowledge the great service of all our volunteers around Southland, 24/7 on call, and didn't get any breaks over Christmas and New Year's, and the siren still goes. So just a huge acknowledgement and thank you to all of the boys and girls that support our communities. So got a very short council agenda on Wednesday this week, probably because we've all been on having a break. 4 items on the agenda. The first one, it's granting of the consent for an easement over the Te Anau Gardens Recreation Reserve in Little Park Lane, Te Anau. So basically, the easement is just a right between a landowner and another party to use the land for a particular purpose. And in this case, it's the, what are they called? The power company. I'm going to have to look to my notes here. The Power Company Limited, and they own the electricity distribution network around Southland and in Te Anau, and they've got some cabling that's going underground in there and some transformers. So this was actually started back in 2019 where the Fiordland Community Board approved it, and it's taken a wee bit of time to come through, and this is actually needs to be approved by the Minister for Conservation, but he or she have delegated their powers to council to approve this, so it can't be done by staff, it has to actually be done by council. There's actually another item on this agenda about delegation, so this is an example of where delegated powers come through. So that one there should be pretty straightforward. It's where the old Exelou was, if anyone knows Te Anau down there. The second one is the proposed regional climate change strategy for Southland. So this is a regional climate change group was set up in, I think, July 2022. So that's between the 4 councils in Southland, Environment Southland, Gore, Invercargill and Southland District Council, and also in conjunction with Te Ao Marama. So this group's basically been doing some work around preparing this draft sort of strategy, and that's taking a regional approach to respond to our changing climate. So council's basically being asked today, on Wednesday, to endorse the proposed strategy to enable public consultation, and that's going to go through Environment Southland's long-term plan. So the kind of things that it's talking about is climate mitigation, climate adaptation, communication and engagement around it. So like I said, it's going out in the Environment Southland long-term plan, so that will provide an opportunity for community views and input through that. We've also got the CESA, which is a Stewart Island Electricity Supply Authority price adjustment. So unfortunately, the Community Board has had to look at putting up the price for the per kilowatt hour for Stewart Island. As everyone knows, the cost of diesel's not going down, and it's continuing to rise. I think back in 2016 it was 61 cents a litre for the commercial rate, and we're now looking at about $1.75, so quite a bit more there, and that's obviously diesel generators powering the island, so that's they don't have much choice there but to raise it, so looking at taking it up to 85 cents. The recommendation was 87, but the board decided to keep it at 85, noting the other cost of living pressures that people are under. Not an easy decision to have to make, but one to keep that electricity supply viable. So council's actually the electricity supply authority for Stewart Island, so it has to meet the terms and requirements of the Act. So this notification period has to happen, I think, 3 months before or 2 months before, so it's going to take into account on the 1st of March, so it must be 2 months before. Just highlights once again the need to come up with a new electricity supply on Stewart Island just to make it more affordable for the people out there. I think on the mainland we're paying about 20, 25, 26 cents, so quite a lot less. The last item we've got is the proposed update to our delegations manual. So this is a living document that is consistently updated, and we've had quite a few changes in the staff with a realignment and changing roles. So it's just basically making sure that that matches reality with what we've got on the ground. So delegations is basically allowing staff at different levels in the organisation to make decisions and to do things, starting at the CEO and moving around the different levels, and also covers off the various committees and the community boards. And there's certain things that only council can do. So, and one example is what I talked about at the start of this with the granting the consent for the easement. So that can only be delegated to council. We can't delegate that down to staff. It's a decision that council has to make, and there's a few of those. So, yeah, a few changes there to quite a big document, but it's important that that document is up to date. So, yeah, nice, short and sharp council meeting to kick the year off. I hope everyone had a good break, and those that didn't have a break and worked through to keep the cogs turning, I hope you managed to enjoy yourself there, and you can get a break when everyone else is at work. So, yeah, welcome back to the new year, and I look forward to a very productive 2024. So, see you on Wednesday. Cheers.